It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. Modern day menace, poverty stricken. How do these niggas that rap? I'm probably the realest. Dropping the sickness, I'm just minding my business. I drop a pic on the gram, they ask if I'm minding my fitness. I got 'em. Dame Lillard, I ball hard, but I'm overshadowed. Dame Dash, when I call shots, it just cause battles. My Dame flattered, they throwing shots, it just more ammo. I let them talk, then I put the hawk to their bone marrow. I'm from a dynasty, this industry is comedy. My mind is deep as Deuteronomy, you just geometry. Bending out of shape, but it's business all on my plate, yeah. Niggas know I'm great, I'm offending y'all cause you fake, yeah. Smile on my face, but I'm plotting on world domination. No altercations, just alterations in conversation. I shit these niggas quick as Christians with the worldview. Even Jehovah Witness when I swerve through. Yo, need landmarks of my image, y'all through my village. Y'all crossing the line of scrimmage, hope y'all invested in stitches, yeah. My whole life I've been taking for granted. I've been taking what's granted, now I'm just taking advantage. Dinner place with the salmon, dinner dates in the Hampton. Taking my place cause I planned it, ain't no more ways to distract them, yeah. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well this Sunday evening. All right, as we get into this show, we're going to be talking about Diddy and more specifically his mother, Miss Janice Combs. All right. Now, it wasn't that long ago we talked about Miss Janice because a bunch of people have been saying that she's been stealing artist royalties for years. Of course, that would be Diddy putting a lot of assets in her name, homes, and artist publishing royalties. So she's been getting a lot of money off of other people's work for decades. We talked about that. We're not addressing that here. But now we have new allegations that are stating that Miss Janice Combs might be the OG of the freak-offs. Man, it's some nasty shit going on. I can't co-sign it. I can't get behind it. But that's what the streets is saying, that back when Diddy was just a child, the environment that he's created and all of these different parties and all of the nasty shit that he's into might have come directly from his home with his mother setting the example. Now, ain't that about a botch? I ain't gonna waste no time because I ain't trying to be here all day talking about this shit, but we gonna talk about it nonetheless. So let me go ahead and share my screen, go through this article, and y'all can let me know what y'all think of all this. All right, so here we are on Rolling Stone, okay? They say Sean Combs' mother threw sexually charged parties at childhood home, friend claims. All right? So they setting the stage off the ripper. Sean Diddy Combs' mother, Janice, would often throw wild parties at the future music mogul's childhood home, where it wasn't uncommon to walk into a room where adults were having sex. One of Combs' longtime childhood friends claims in a new documentary. And of course, that's the Diddy Making of a Bad Boy documentary, which will be released on Peacock. I talked about that about a week or so ago. I saw some of y'all saying that you're not going to support the documentary. You're not going to watch it. Some people feel like he's being railroaded. I feel y'all, but we're going to continue. And the accounts coming here are from one of Diddy's childhood friends by the name of Tim Dog Patterson. Okay. So he says, that's what we were privy to. This is what we were fed. Hip hop producer Tim Dog Patterson says in Diddy the Making of a Bad Boy, which will premiere on Peacock on Tuesday. He says, was it desensitizing us? I'm sure it was. Were we aware of it? No, that was just Saturday night. Okay. So based on the neighborhood that Diddy grew up in and the people that she would invite over and him being, you know, a young Sean Combs friend, he would be in the household, allegedly, where Diddy's mom used to throw, basically she would have orgies up in the crib, allegedly. Okay? Patterson used that alleged childhood memory as a possible explanation on how Combs found himself at the center of a federal racketeering and S-trafficking investigation where he is accused of forcing his ex-girlfriend Cassandra Cassie Ventura to participate in filmed drug-fueled encounters with male sex workers that Combs allegedly dubbed freak offs. Now, I must say, when they talk about filmed, that could really pose a very heavy threat to Diddy, right? We already know the situation with Cassie. She sued him. He gave up that bread extra fast. We ended up getting a tape at the hotel of him putting hands and feet on her. So we already know this nigga ain't shit. I don't want to see no video footage of what they got going on. But if that video footage does make its way to the feds for his trial, and there's some shit that's going on that lines up with everything that we've been talking about, and especially if we hear her, putting up some sort of fight, if she's letting it be known she does not consent to these things or that she wants to leave and she's not being allowed to, that could definitely shake some things up for him, right? Because a lot of the stuff that is circulating around is really coming from Cassie's lawsuit to begin with. Now, Lil Rod has some damning shit in his lawsuit as well. I haven't heard an update about Lil Rod in a minute, but that case is still active. We'll continue though. The 55-year-old is also facing nearly 40 civil lawsuits from men and women alleging that he preyed upon them between 1990 and 2024. Pleading not guilty to the 3 criminal charges against him, Combs' legal team has categorically denied the claims made against him in civil lawsuits. They say Mr. Combs has never assaulted or trafficked anyone, man or woman, adult or minor. Now, I don't trust his lawyers and I don't trust Diddy. That nigga said he never did that shit in that video, then we saw it. Mr. Patterson says, I've always been asked the question why. I don't know the answer to why, but I truly believe it all goes back to childhood. The new Peacock documentary dives into Combs' childhood and early adolescence, speaking with Mount Vernon childhood friends, early Uptown Records colleagues, and Howard University classmate turned hitman producer Ron Amin-Ra Lawrence. I did not know that they had him in it as well. So these are people that used to work with him, create music. Of course, the hitmen were Diddy's assembled team of producers who would take his ideas and create based on his direction. All those early hits that were coming out of Bad Boy, Biggie, Faith, Junior Mafia, Lil' Kim, all that stuff was primarily done by the hitmen. So, I don't know, man. They say Combs grew up in Mount Vernon, New York, a suburb on the fringes of Upper Manhattan. Janice had moved her young family there after Combs' father, Melvin, was murdered in 1972. A known associate of Harlem drug kingpins, including Nicky Barnes, Willie Abraham, and Frank Lucas, Melvin was found shot twice in the head, slumped over in a car. Janice kept the details of Melvin's grisly murder from her young son, intent on providing him an idyllic childhood. Combs was always dressed to the nines and as a result was looked at as the rich kid, Patterson says in the documentary. He played Little League Baseball, served as an altar boy, and made the football team at his all-boys private Catholic school. But Combs' peers could smell that he was not tough, Patterson said, claiming that Combs was badly bullied as a kid. Meanwhile, at home, things was always going on, Patterson said, adding that Janice would frequently throw parties at the home. On the weekend, Combs partied in the house, and we did that a lot, he said. He was around all types of alcohol. He was around reefer smoke, a.k.a. weed, for those that don't know what reefer is. Drug addicts around, lesbians around, homosexuals. He was around pimps, pushers. That was just who was in our house. I find it interesting that he says in our house. You know, they had to be super, super close in order for you to accept his house as yours. He'll continue. People that attended the parties were from Harlem, from the streets. So they was making their way from Harlem to Mount Vernon just to get down and dirty. It wouldn't be a thing to mistakenly walk into one of the bedrooms and you got a couple in there butt naked. Wow. So you mean to tell me, even in his child bedroom, they was maybe taking over the shit, allegedly. DJ Easy Lee Davis, also a Mount Vernon native who was close with Combs, had spun for Mary J. Blige in her early years. I've heard of Easy Lee. Noted that while he never attended Janice's parties, he heard rumors about what occurred at the parties where everyone was welcome. So he says he was never there, but there was always rumors about these legendary parties that was happening in Diddy's home, which for most of us, we can probably attest to some like rumors of different things that was going on around the corner in our neighborhood, in our vicinity of where we grew up. There's all types of shit that be going on that we may not witness firsthand, but we kind of know what was going on. And sometimes the shit that we thought was going on could be worse, or it could be a lot lighter than what people say. So I got to give you all sides of that because it is just hearsay from Mr. Easy Lee. Says Janice had little cool chicks that would come around and she made sure everybody was comfortable, he said, laughing. Combs previously mentioned having an early introduction to sex, frequently watching soft corn, I'll just say soft corn, and losing his virginity at age 12, replicating the rough moves he had been watching in adult videos. Whoa. He says, I was acting just like the corn stars act. I was smacking that ass. I was smacking the girl's ass. So he openly talked about this in Vibe in 1999. That just goes to show you how the times have changed. Because who the fuck would do an interview like that today other than somebody like a Kodak Black or some shit? He says, I didn't do it on my own. She wanted me to. I flipped her over because I saw it on the movie and then she told me to do it again. Now, I think the question is, if he was 12 and he was being directed to do this, was she in his age bracket or was she much older? I can't tell y'all, and I don't want to, put anything out there that's misleading, but it's a question. They say the 90-minute documentary also interviews with singer Al B. Shore, whose real name is Albert Joseph Brown. I see some people that have written off Al B. Shore. I definitely question why he be coming out here half telling stories, talking about, I'm going to tell y'all the story. Next time we see him, he say, I'm going to tell y'all the story. Next time we see him, he be in an all-black room talking about, I'm finna tell y'all the story. He start talking about some shit, it don't be nothing related to Diddy. He be like, man, I was in a dark place. Shit been rough for me. I've been going through a whole lot. And it'd be like, nigga, this part 6 of the motherfucking story. Where's the story? I got to be honest about that part. But we'll see if he gets to it in the documentary. They say he opens up for the first time about his acrimonious decades-old relationship with Combs after the music executive aggressively pursued model Kim Porter. Aggressively, they say. At the time, Porter was dating Brown. Of course, that's Al B. Shore. And recently gave birth to their son, Quincy. This is going back in time, not as in recent, right? Of course, he's grown now. Also speaking out for the first time is the band star Sarah Rivers, who details an unsettling experience with Combs while filming the MTV reality show Making the Band in the early 2000s. She says, I haven't said anything in so long. Combs is currently awaiting his May 2025 trial date at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn after his arrest in September of 2024. He is charged with traffic, racketeering, conspiracy, and transportation to engage in prostitution. I always say it that way for a reason. He has pleaded not guilty to the 3 charges. If convicted, he stands to face 15 years to life behind bars. Okay? So just a little background there. I don't know what's true. I don't know what's not, but they saying he might have learned all of his moves from his mama. Now, of course, we do know him and his mom have a strange relationship. They talk in the lawsuit. They talk in the lawsuits about how, everybody be on these IVs and stuff, pumping electrolytes back into their system after these freak off parties take place. We've seen footage of Diddy and his mom in the back by the pool in the backyard of the home, getting them IVs pumped in them, getting them electrolytes together. So it's like, whoa, that eerily lines up. We've seen him and his mother kiss each other on the lips. We're talking about, ain't that nigga about 50 years old kissing his mama in the lips? That's a little bit different. I wasn't raised that way, but maybe some of y'all were. I can't speak for you. That shit seems a little different to me though. So again, I can't say what he learned from his mama I can't say definitively that she was the OG of the freak-offs, but based on childhood friends of his that know them, that were around them back in Mount Vernon before he, delved back into the streets of Harlem where his father was killed, they say Miss Janice was the one doing it first. No Ray J. Y'all let me know what y'all think of this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider, and I will catch y'all on the next one. All right? Much love and respect, y'all. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.